This is Falcon 9 Launch Control, T-minus 44 minutes, 24 seconds and counting. About 4 minutes from now, we'll hear the launch team begin to put the Falcon 9 into the final configuration for launch. It will take about 20 minutes to do before they go into their final launch countdown preparations. So we'll hear that activity very shortly. For the first time in history, a private corporation is set to prove that it can deliver cargo to the International Space Station. Two companies are contracted with NASA for that mission, SpaceX and Orbital Science Corporation. Both been working for the past 6 years to meet this objective under NASA's Commercial Orbital Transportation Services program, known as COTS. These two companies will resupply the space station for NASA through 2015. The first COTS demonstration flight was successfully completed by SpaceX in December 2010, where it proved the Falcon 9 rocket could launch, then orbit, and recover its Dragon spacecraft. When this mission is over, the Dragon will splash down in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California on May the 31st. Dragon capsule on this test flight will transport over 1,200 pounds of cargo to the International Space Station, including science experiments, food, water, and clothing for the astronauts, and even a laptop computer and its accompanying accessories will make the journey. Dragon will spend about 1 week attached to the space station, and over that period of time, the astronauts will spend a total of about 25 hours unloading the cargo. They will then load over 1,300 pounds of equipment and expended consumables aboard the Dragon to be brought back to Earth. Dragon is actually capable of carrying up to 7,300 pounds of supplies to the space station. Once in orbit, Dragon will have a link with a network of ground tracking stations around the world, as well as with NASA's Tracking and Data Relay satellite system. For its return, approximately 4 hours after Dragon leaves the station, Dragon will conduct its deorbit burn, which lasts about 7 minutes. It then takes about 30 minutes for Dragon to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere and then splash down in the Pacific Ocean about 250 miles off the coast of California. We're about 2 minutes away from going into the final configuration for launch for the Falcon 9. We're at T-minus 41 minutes, 37 seconds and counting. This is Falcon Launch Control.
T-minus 40 minutes.
GC, are you ready for the vehicle release setup auto sequence?
GC is ready.
Copy that. Entering 1, proceeding. Vehicle release final setup is started. CE, prepare for the terminal count poll.
En route.
Copy that. Entering 1, proceeding. TTEB vent has ended nominally.
S2 fuel bleed has been performed. VC, you can skip.
Copy that. LC entering 0, skipping S2 fuel bleed. Dynamics data setup has started.
And we have verified the flight hazard roadblocks are in place.
Copy that. LC proceeding.
We do not need a supplemental weather briefing.
Copy that. Entering 0 to skip. RC, report the downrange tracking station status.
Ready to proceed.
Copy that. Proceeding. Rock VC on countdown 1.
Rock,
Rock, report range status.
range status is proceeding.
Copy that. GNC, verify winds aloft are acceptable for loads and control authority, and verify ground winds are within launch limits.
Winds aloft are acceptable and ground winds are within limits.
Copy that. Proceeding. Flight software, verify consoles have no critical errors.
Verified.
Copy that. Proceeding.
VC, this is LC. All previous steps are complete in the procedure and all previous items have been performed.
Copy that. Proceeding within Yoda.
This is Falcon Launch Control, T-minus 33 minutes and counting. We're going to go out to the International Space Station Mission Control Center in Houston for an update on the readiness of the space station and Houston to support the activities after launch tonight. We'll go now to Mission Control and Brandy Dean at Johnson Space Center.
Thanks, George. Good morning and welcome to Mission Control Houston, where the team here in the International Space Station Flight Control Room has been following along with preparations for tonight's launch and anticipating the planned demonstrations that will hopefully lead to the first docking of a commercial vehicle to the International Space Station on Friday. Leading the team here at the Johnson Space Center is Tony Sakachi, the Orbit 1 flight director for today. However, assuming all goes as planned this morning, Holly Ridings, the lead NASA flight director for the SpaceX demonstration mission, is going to be taking over once the Falcon 9 gets off the ground. You can see both Holly Ridings and Tony Sakachi in this view, along with the Capcom for today, Jill Lindgren. In preparation for today's launch, the team here in Houston has already given their go for launch after a go-no-go poll here in the room that verified that all the systems that would be used for docking are indeed ready to be called into action, and that the ground network connections used to connect Mission Control in Houston with the SpaceX team in Hawthorne, California are in good order. This launch and the upcoming docking of the Dragon capsule to the International Space Station are the product of many years of preparation on both NASA and SpaceX side, and the two groups are prepared now to function as one team. Waiting the Dragon and its cargo, some 1,014 pounds of food, clothing, and supplies in space, is the newly expanded Expedition 31 crew. That's Commander Oleg Kononenko and flight engineers Don Pettit with Andre Kuipers. They've all been anticipating and preparing for the Dragon's arrival for some time, and they were recently joined early Thursday morning by new crewmates Gennady Padalka, Sergei Revin, and Joe Akaba, who've made it just in time to witness the historic event firsthand. In fact, the crew is expected to be in range of video downlink at the time of the launch, and the team here in Mission Control will be sending the video up to them to watch live. At that time, the International Space Station will be about 249 miles above the North Atlantic Ocean, east of St. John's, Newfoundland, at the time of the Falcon 9 launch, which is coming up in just 30 minutes now. Once it has landed, of course, the Dragon capsule will begin its journey to the International Space Station and perform a series of tests as it makes its way there to prove that it will be able to dock safely with the station when the time comes. Over the course of today and tomorrow, the vehicle will verify that its absolute GPS system works and demonstrate its ability to float freely